I'm going to layer my mannequin's hair. On my last video, I just did the face frames around the face, and I actually left all the length at the back. As it's a mannequin, it's very, very ratty hair. So I'm just going to show you how I cut it all and just layer it all the way through. Okay, so I'm just going to start off by wetting her hair down to, I'm going to cut the length at the back first because we decided we're going shorter. Well, assuming you're a real person. So we'll just start off with the back here. You can see that there. Okay, so again, we're starting with a middle parting. We're assuming our client wants parts of hair in the middle. And if you part it in the middle and you cut it from the middle, you can wear it anyway, okay? So we'll determine that's the middle there. I might have to go. So first things first is we'll section that all the way down. Now, because I've already cut the sides the other day, I'm going to keep the length I've got there at the sides, excuse my back. We're just going to complete this hairstyle. So you can see that there. Now I can't see the sides that I've cut there already, but I know that they're, I know it's a little bit shorter than what I've got here. Okay, so we'll start off by taking the middle section here. And I'm going to take off a fair amount there, probably about that much there. Okay. And just bring it all, actually just straight out. Just bring it straight out. Just a little bit of tension there, but not too much. And just if you pull it forward, like straight out, not even 90 degrees, that way you're still keeping the longest part. So we've decided that's going to be the longest part there. Okay. There won't be much to drag down because it's already got the layering at the, it hasn't got the layering at the top, but there's not a lot of wispy hair left because of it being a mannequin. So, okay. Okay, and you just keep working your way up there, like so. Again, not too much, just slight elevation, not too much at all, and just keep trimming all the way through. And bring it slightly into the middle to keep the weight and the length at the sides as well. So we get a nice on at the moment. You can be quite generous on these partings sections because you just want to really just get the base of the plumpness there. Okay, you can see that there. Not much there left at the bottom there. I hope you can see this okay. Okay, just a little bit on there. And then the parting will be right at the top of the crown, just above the ear, and then just drag all that back as well. And we haven't got much hair left there, so we're almost at the amount we need to have. Okay. all that back there. Straight down back there. This is a very simple tutorial here. I've been a hairdresser since I was 16, and I'm not actually hairdressing at the moment, but I probably still can do some at home when we're all back to normalness. But yes, I've done my training in England, and now I'm just doing it for family and friends really, and doing another role somewhere else. So get elbows straight down here. Okay. Okay, so then we get to the side. Now we're just going to blend in that with that there. Okay, so I'm just going to take a section straight across. And like I said, it's going to be layered, so I'm just sort of just getting a base outline really. And then there's our face framing, so we really want to keep that point just here. So just going to kind of blend it in. And there really isn't much at all, so literally just keep a tiny little bit there. Straight again. And there's the angle from the face framing that still goes up there, maybe touch a tiny bit above there. Okay, so now we've got the length at the back we want, and the framed bit like that. It's quite an easy step by step, you know, if you're not a hairdresser and you're at home and you are confined and you've got a family member that wants their haircut, you can probably follow this sort of simple guide because it is a basic one. Again, you're just blending in with the other side, tiniest little bit off there, not much at all. In fact, these mannequins have really bad haircuts when you first get to them. So again, that was the face framing one. Let's just make sure that all blends in here. Okay, that's all okay. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead with the layers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a section on the top there, on this side here. And we're going to cut our first layer. So we need to, I need to make it, you do it like that, up there. So on the top of your crown, you can determine what size layering you want, okay? So of hair. So I'm going to go, I'll just show you what it looks like there. I'm going to go with that slice there, and I'm just going to cut however long I want the layers to fall. So obviously the shorter layers are going to fall up here, longer will be longer down the bottom there. So in this case we're going to probably go quite a bit of layering, so we'll go about here. So you just cut your first bit. You lift it straight up. Okay, so that's your first layering. That layer is going to sit down to there, and we're not going to take any off the length this time, and we're going to work around that layer. So the next section you do, you start to go through here, take another section from what we've already separated, and we'll start to blend it to give you an idea. Alright, so straight up again, and use your guideline. You can see your guideline there from the previous cut, which is exactly there. I'm sorry, that's not too high for you. And you just cut away. Okay, so there's the two sections there. Now, as I'm getting closer to the front, I'm actually going to drag the hair back a little bit as I cut it, so I don't make it too short there at the front. Okay, so there's our little section there. Back a little bit, just drag it back a bit, and that way you're keeping a lot more of the length. So it'll be a little bit less to cut off there. Okay, and then with that in your hand still, drag it all the way back. And drag it back, and you've hardly got any hair to cut off there. So that very first section has been layered there. I'll just get a brush and just brush that a little bit there. I blend in the sides now to match that top part. So what I do here, middle part again. We want to keep the weight at the sides there. We're not going to worry about the back yet. We're just going to bring the sides up to match now. So, literally section at the front, lift it up, all the way up like that, and we're just going to match the bits that are short you leave out, and you're just going to match the top bit on there. Okay, and then you're going to use the same part of the guideline. You're going to pick up a bit more hair and do the same again. Straight up so we don't lose too much. Actually, use my guideline. Okay, like that. And you just do that all the way around to the crown. So I'll just go ahead with this. Lifting it all up. And just cross check it, so just drag it all together. Make sure you've got all the bits here. And pull it straight up. Yeah, so it's all perfect there. Okay, and do exactly the same on the other side. You can just separate the back by pinning that up or something, so you don't sort of get lost in. Do the same again. Lifting it straight up and just taking out the middle section, because again you've got your short guideline for the face framing that we did, and then you've got the bit that you've cut earlier on. So we're going to cut all of that out here. Just take a little bit from the other side just to match, and you're good to go there. Alright, so we've got that layer, and again just work your way around. There's only a tiny bit off there, just up to the crown. As long as you don't cut the guideline, you can't really go wrong, because you're just going to be following what you've already cut. Okay. So we've done the side bits. Now we're going to go into the back. So what I've got to do there is the same thing. I'm just going to section off the top bit again. So we've done the front, so we leave all that. You're just going to work your way around the head now, and you're going to take a section of the hair from what you've cut from the crown. Okay, so I'll turn this round and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so with the back, I find that guide, which will be up here when I cut it, and then I'm just going to start bringing this all on. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be picking up some hair, probably about that much there. I'm going to make sure I've got the guide in there, and I'm going to lift it all the way up. Now I'll just show you what we've got going on. We've got the short bit here, and this is all long, but I don't need any of this because I'm going to find the guide at the bottom there. So at the moment I'm going to lift it all the way up and just cut all the way around. Okay, so I won't explain it as I'm doing it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. And as you drag it more, you're going to find a tiny bit of hair here. That's the base at the bottom there that we not going to cut. So again, let it all just fall out, and then you've just got that little bit there. So that way, you're not taking any more weight off the bottom there. So follow it all the way around both sides, but bringing it all inwards at the same time as you're cutting it. So I will stay in the same position and I will just drag this across. Okay. Just pick up the hair from the bottom there, drag it straight up, and you're not taking much off after that. Continuing on around, I'm still picking up from the middle, and I'm just over directing it a little bit just to keep the weight at the sides, and it's just going to be a little bit now. And again, I'm finding my short part and the other short part. I'm just cutting off the middle bit. Okay. Pull it all up slightly into the middle at the back there, finding your short bit which drops down and the long bit. Okay, and you can see there's a lot more movement going on in the hair now. Okay, and then we just go to the other side with the same. As you scoop it up, like I've said before, you won't cut any of the length off because you're letting go of it all. As you can see, it's just all falling out of my hand because I don't need those bits to be cut. Dragging it all towards the middle at the back, lifting it all up, and you're really just going to have a little bit of hair just there. And there, tummy's sliding down. Okay, so we just flick it around. You can see that's a lovely bit of layering coming through there. And I'll just let go of the sides, and the same thing with the front and the sides. I'm just going to drag it all back and just blend in all the little bits that I've left out. So again, dragging all this through just to connect the front to the back. Okay. There's really hardly any to connect to because it's pretty much done. Same as the top. Just cross-checking it this way really, and yep, tiny little bit there just to blend in. And lifting it all up. Yeah, not much at all there. And just check that through there. Okay, so we'll turn her around, see how we're looking. We'll brush through. Right, it certainly looks better than it was when she was a brand new mannequin. She's got a few layers through and it's all the right length now. So, I'll show you how that's sitting before we blow dry it. At the back, you now have some movement, lots of nice long layers, like it's heavier down the bottom here and the shorter layers there. And the same at the sides there, you can see that there's some nice bit of layering going on there. And she's on the other side. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go ahead and blow dry her styler for you, and you can see the final result. Alright, I'm just halfway through blow drying it, so I thought I'd show you as we're blow drying it now, but you won't be able to hear me talk. So, yes, so we've got the front done. I'm just going to do the back now, so I'll just show you how I do the back part. Lift it up there, a big brush like this one, just to give a bit of volume. Just hold it like that. And then the second section, just do the same again. Okay, so here's the finished result. She's got a lovely layered physique profile. I'll just turn you around so you can see. So it looks like this. I'm just going to spray that so that stays back. You can see that she's got a nice bit of layering going through there. We've trimmed the ends at the back now, so it does look nice and neat. And I'll show you the rest of it. We'll just give that a bit of a spray in the front. Keep you straight. Oh, you might have to put a pin in there, I think. Okay, so lovely bit of layering, and through the back you can just see the lovely little bit of movement. Okay, so there's the back of it there. We've got a nice little bit of length going on there. Well, not length, sorry. We've trimmed the length. We've trimmed the middle section of the length there. So overall, let's take her head off. I can show it to you easier. Alright, so there's the little bit of layering all the way through, got a bit of movement there, and this side looks like that. So really it's quite an easy style to cut, as long as you've got a guideline and don't cut above the guideline or below the guideline. Yeah, so there you go. And I think I might give her a short bob next time. So anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel. Yeah, that's the end result. Nice flowy layering look. Yeah, that's really come up lovely. I'm pleased with that. So you should be able to do this at home if you're on somebody else, obviously not yourself. Yeah, you should be able to follow it quite easy anyway. So, all right, well, thanks for watching.